How's it going, everybody? My name is Zane, and we are on episode 271 on Therapy Without a Degree. I am with my good friend, Javier. We're going to be talking about some serious topics today.
Yes, sir.
One of which is something that's been going on with Instagram for quite some time. We don't really address it too much, but we want to talk about body dysmorphia and how people see themselves. It's always like I struggled with that for many years.
Wait, hold on. This is Joe from behind the camera. Do you do that with your women? Do you know no foreplay? You just go right into it? Like, do you like never heard of that? Damn, he goes right into it. Jesus.
Play no games.
We don't play no games out here. We don't play no games. So what was I saying?
Body dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia, man. Like, we have people on Instagram, and we have whether it's TikTok, we have guys, ladies. It's just like we really gotta talk about, like, sometimes I feel like we used to live in an era where if something was wrong, we'd be like, hey man, I don't think you should do that. I don't think it's a great idea. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that used to stick. Now, when you say certain things like that, you're like, oh, you a hater. Yeah. You don't want me to grow and this, that, and third. So then people just stay quiet. And while people are staying quiet, we have people kind of like they're doing things to their body that people and family members should say something about, but they don't want to. It's like they're walking on eggshells around them.
And the problem gets worse.
So I just feel like what's your thoughts on it? And that's what I was pretty much saying. I used to be part of that, and sometimes every now and then I don't see myself getting big, even though I'm in the gym working out. So I just kind of have my mind just go to the gym, work out, and that's it. And me seeing my body from like the days that I post, I get to see the progression from like 20 days apart, and I see progress. But if I don't do that, I feel like I don't see any difference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You lose a step. Absolutely. Right. And I think a lot of the body dysmorphia problem is people getting lost in the progress. Like there's a difference between being obsessed with how you look and wanting to progress and get better. And I think like a lot of people are just so stuck on like, not to say that trying to look your best, but it's like, you kind of get lost in the journey and just keep getting obsessed on the end goal when it's the process that's the beautiful part. So I think like people who start getting in the gym, that's why a lot of the people, especially the younger generation on TikTok and Instagram, they start turning to drugs. And not the kind of drugs like, marijuana or alcohol, but it's like the performance enhancing drugs, the 10, the Anavar, all that kind of stuff.
I don't know nothing about those, so
yeah. I know I know a couple because I've heard of all the stuff that people use. Trans, the big 3-4 drugs that people know, but it's like those things ruin your body. They're all synthetic steroids. They're horrible for your body. They have massive side effects, but they do give you results if you use them and you work, and people use them and they don't work, and they don't understand that is not how it works. You should never, and they use them before they even get to their full potential. Right. So it's like those are to be used by people who are professionals, and even then people tell them don't use it, don't get on it, because these things can kill you. People have died. People died at 45 years old. That's super young.
Right. And this is continuous use, or is this one of those drugs where if you like cold turkey after like using it X amount of time, it causes like effects?
Well, it causes effects regardless. Even if people have died from one dose.
Just one?
Yeah, one dose. You could be allergic to it. Oh. And you could just die. Like, so you can have a heart attack. People have heart attacks off these things, and it's horrible because these kids are using them young, and like some of the side effects are like horrible acne and lesions, like we were talking about before.
Right.
And these, now with TikTok and Instagram, everybody wants to post their fitness journey.
Right.
So like, let's say you're a fitness influencer, you have a couple thousand followers, people start liking your content,
right,
and you feel that the pressure is getting to you, so you want to get bigger and bigger and bigger, so you turn to somebody who tells you about steroids or anabolics, any of those things.
Right.
So some people are going to be inclined to use it because their physique is going to improve if they're a person who goes to the gym every day, right, and they eat the good, they have the money to eat well. Steroids, whether it's good or bad for you, that's each person's decision to make.
Right.
But it is going to give you some improvement if you follow that regimen. And they're going to get used to that, and they're going to ruin their bodies, and they're going to get bigger because people want to see that. Now people have been so desensitized to it, right, that they barely even, it's so hard to tell who is on it and who's natural. There are people who lie about being natural when they're on it. People who are on it lie about it and say they're not.
Well, we have some fake influencers out there where they got, like, you have people calling them out where they'll have a picture of them like a certain way, and then like they'll do like an Instagram story post, and then they would tweak their body, but then they might not do it for the next picture. So then they get exposed, and they're like gym trainers and whatnot, and they're like, "Yo, why are you out here showing like you have this type of body?" But then in reality, you're photoshopping it. A lot of people are trying to achieve what you have. Like people, like they see the body, like people on the movies, right? They have like months of like regiments, like they don't have to work. Teams on them. So just like I used to say, like in the gym, I used to go to the gym, I was like, yo, Creed 4, I'm gonna be in there, like that's how I want my body. And then I had people like that actually train, and they were like, hey, your body is your body, so however big your body gets, that's what it's gonna look like. So you might not have that Creed looking body, but you can achieve what's best for you. But they have a whole team. Right. They have to eat X amount of meals, like 6 meals a day. Yep. They have a budget for that. So to skip that line, you have people say, "Hey, I want the flash pass." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to get big quick so I can start selling or getting sponsorships. Right. Which a lot of these young kids, they be getting sponsored, and a lot of these companies want the younger kids. Yeah. And they say, "Hey, this kid," and they know that. Like we're in an age where people they know. Like, listen, if I'm young, a lot of these companies are looking for young people, and then in order for me to get to that point quicker, to utilize my youth, I need to do XYZ to my body, so that way I can make X amount of money.
Yeah, faster.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all about that fast money.
Right. And then we have ladies doing like the BBLs and whatnot, and you just like that, like. I'm not gonna be one of those people saying like, oh, that's not cool, right? What I am is concerned on the image that we present. Like makeup was one thing, right? Where it's like, like women don't really need to have to wear makeup to show that they're beautiful, right? And I feel like we're leaning into the natural beauty, and I was like, that's great. When it comes to the body, now we're leaning into the natural body flow because we just got so out of hand. Even Kim Kardashian had to change how she looked because her daughter was like, hey, I don't know, what are you doing? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like you start to realize like maybe that's not a good idea. No. But it's only when you have kids or people, like kids they have no filter. So they're just gonna let you know. Regardless, especially if they're your own child, they're not worrying about you blocking them or canceling them. Yeah. Like that's your child, so they're gonna be like, "Hey, I don't think that's a good idea." You know what I'm saying? And if for a kid to tell you that, an adult, you're gonna be like, maybe I should rethink how I go about Instagram. We have like Black China. Yeah. She changed her whole life, took out the whatever implants and stuff that she had. She
ruined her body,
ruined the body, and you're just like situations like that. I feel like we shouldn't get to that point where you need like the extreme or like a near death experience to be like, yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of that whole BBL thing is like part of the hypersexualization of society too. Like,
right.
You know, all these women want to have the biggest breasts, the biggest butts, the perfect bodies, and you know whether they do it for themselves or not is one thing, but either way, it's going to attract more men, and men are going to be more attracted to that. And men are going to, you know, act out of character when you see a girl with a massive butt. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that. Everything is a cycle. You know, everything is hand in hand. So I think that has a lot to play into it too.
Did you ever feel like, because I remember we had spoke about this, not us, but I think you were there for when we had the podcast with Giovanna. That was Val. Yeah. I think Javi, you were there. No, Javi wasn't there.
Maybe I wasn't.
Oh yeah, but we were talking about in terms of like how that adds like pressure to society, where it's just like changing your body. Like, do you like? I don't think when people see themselves, they see themselves through the eyes of the viewers, opposed to seeing themselves or who they are. So it's like I see, like, because I'm seeing myself through the viewer's eyes, whatever they say dictates how I go about.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of seeing through your eyes, which is important, and understand like, maybe I should be content with myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I comparing myself to? Like me, I was like, hey, my body goal, I want to get to the Creed body, but it's like I'm getting to where I need to be at a nice steady pace,
at your own pace,
at my own pace, because it's like there's no rush. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for more longevity.
Facts. That's what fitness is about. It's not about doing drugs and going to the gym, blasting all these things and being the biggest, the baddest. Because a lot of fitness is also genetics too.
Right.
Like you could be somebody who goes to the gym 6 days a week. You train amazingly. You eat amazingly. And let's say whether you do drugs or not, you have an amazing physique and you'll still never get to X. Because you just don't have the genetics. And that's just the way it is. You know, and so a lot of people don't understand that and they get frustrated with that.
Right.
So that's another thing. Like a lot of people have to understand. A lot of fitness is genetics, especially if you want to compete. Like fitness is supposed to be about having a healthy body, a healthy mind, getting your mind right, your body right. Everything is in unison. When you throw drugs into that, when you throw social media into that, it's all poison. So it poisons your mind and then throws your balance off, and then your body starts deteriorating. And like, I want to be around when I'm 80 years old because I see especially when you're in the gym, you see a lot of older people some people are in great shape.
Right.
I was playing basketball with like a 65-year-old the other day, and it's like, yo, I know some 65-year-olds who can't even walk.
Right.
And this dude's playing basketball with the young cats, and I'm scoring too.
Right.
So it's like, that's the goal. It's not about impressing people on social media who don't care about you. Right. Because at the end of the day, it's just a fad right now. It's just what's in right now. So you're not going to be, you know, the coolest guy on the block. Like right now, there's this dude named Sam Sulek. Right now, he's like going stupid viral over at TikTok and Instagram because he's just huge. And he's a really cool guy. Like he's a very like mellow, toned down guy, and he wants to help people. But, you know, and he's talked about it, like he does drugs, you know, so he does these performance enhancing drugs, and he's huge. Like he has a crazy physique, but you can also see the side effects on his body, and he's like 21, 22 years old, and he looks like he's 40.
Oh no.
So it's like, you know, that has a cost. Like these people who are showing you love right now may care about you now, but in 10, 15 years, who's going to pay the medical bills?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not going to be them. It's not going to be your viewers. It's going to be you.
Exactly.
You know, if something happens to you and you can't make content anymore, and the money stops flowing, it's a whole different ballgame.
Man, I've seen videos of people who used to bodybuild, and like they you know, they still work, but they did so many like steroids back in the day. You could see like they have like muscle, but then they have the sag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You lose it, and then it's just like not to say like was it worth it? I'm sure they had goals and they won awards, but it's just like at what cost?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll give you a perfect example, and I'll give you the perfect example who is like the pinnacle problem of this entire industry. You remember Liver King? Liver King. He was like the biggest guy. He took over the industry. Yeah, the dude that was eating like liver.
Wasn't that fake?
No, it was real. It was real, bro. He was eating like bison testicles. It was insane. He was eating all these organs of these different animals, and he was always saying these the 8 or 9 ancestral tenets, something like that, or 11, something like that, where it was like, I live by this code, and it's like, eat, sleep, gym, and he trains. He would go to Dubai, and he would have like the sled, and he would put like 1,000 pounds on the sled, and he would be walking with the sled. And his whole thing was like, no, I never did drugs. I will never do drugs. I'll never do drugs.
Oh, yeah, he got busted.
And then he got busted because you can see that this guy's skin's red like an apple. I mean, he's blasting so much shit. It's crazy. So, but he went on that was like a year, 2 years that he was going viral all over the world, meeting all these influencers. These people were going crazy. They loved him. He started these companies, made millions of dollars. Right. But the biggest thing was he was like a lot of his viewership were like not young kids 6, 7, but like 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-olds, the new generation. Right. So it's like these kids are watching him do all these things and listening to him live this lifestyle when it's all a fraud. It's all a facade. You know what I mean? He's lying to his whole entire viewership. So eventually, I believe one of the people who would help him train in the beginning, his emails got leaked. And when his emails got leaked, he had like, it was all there talking about like how much I'm using, how much it costs, where do I get it?
Why would you say it over email? I never understood that. Like, y'all can't just do text messages like the rest of us.
People think that he's not gonna get caught. They think that that's more inconspicuous than someone taking a screenshot of it. I don't know. It was stupid, but he got caught, and like, he got sued for defamation. He got sued for like lying. There's a certain thing that he got sued for, like the name of it, but like lying to all his people. His company went under. He lost millions of dollars, and it's like
he got millions only to lose millions.
And his his reputation's in the toilet. Yeah. His credibility's in the toilet, and he's just a fad. He's yesterday's news. You didn't even know he was.
I forgot.
That's my point.
I remembered, but then the moment that came out, that was it. His career is done.
His done. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you are just 15 minutes of fame, man. And like, for me personally, I would never do anything like that because like, I want to live a long, happy life. Like, I want my reputation and my credibility to remain the same and improve over my lifetime. I don't want to lie to people, and especially young, impressionable people who are going to believe you because, like, he had a family. He was, he lived with his wife, and he had a family. He had kids, and his kids were doing the stuff and getting active. He seemed like a good father. You know, not to say that he's not or whatever, but just because you're a good father doesn't mean that other things about you are wrong. Right. So like, I was like, wow, like, and all these kids they were heartbroken because now they looked up to this guy as he's like a leader, or like he's like a lot of kids looked up to him like a father figure. Right. And it was just kind
of like how we look up to The Rock or John Cena.
Right. Imagine if everyone knows Rock.
Right. Yeah. We know.
Let's say he's not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all this time, and now he comes out and says, "Hey guys, it's all bullshit." It's like, dude, what?
Right. Because we've seen him in action. We've seen him put in work, but we've seen him since wrestling. Yeah. And it's like, yo, we're not gonna be like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think what it would shock us if he did like criminal activities, then we would feel some type of way. If it was like whatever fitness, like, oh, not surprised, especially for his age. But it's like, to us, we're like, I want to be like that, because to us, we're like, all right, my man's working out in the gym. He's putting action instead of just. He's just been built. He doesn't go to the gym. We've never seen him go to the gym, but he's always built.
Just like The Rock. There's people who could bust their ass 6 days in the gym. You're never going to look like The Rock. Right. You're never going to look. No matter what you inject yourself with, you're never going to look like The Rock. Right. So it's like...
And that's genetics, just like you said, because there's a picture of him when he was like 16.
Dude was huge. He was huge, and he had chest hair all over. He's 6'5". I'm like, damn, like... a pure genetic freak, bro.
Right. So it's like stuff like that, like you said, genetics. So he could pass off. You wouldn't really like second think about that. But if you start off like me in like high school and I'm looking like The Rock, you're gonna have some questions.
Right. You're gonna have some questions. Like, yo, what you doing, bro?
Right. I'm sure there's people you've seen in high school and you see them now and they're probably brolic. Yeah. And you're just like, wow, man, you've been really...
And the opposite. I've seen a lot of people and a lot of girls who have, like, it's called peaked in high school. Right. They looked amazing in high school. amazing. And now you look at them, it's like, damn, what happened? You know, like they just let themselves go. Right. And that happens to us. You know, everyone's life is different. You know, everybody got their own reasons to why shit happens to them. But nonetheless, you let yourself go, and that's your health at the end of the day.
Exactly. And I think that right there for me, because I used to wear a lot of hoodies, because my issue was I was like sad eating. So with me, when I get sad, I start eating a lot. But like my metabolism is quick. So like how it works for my body is my tummy is going to get bigger, but then you don't really see it anywhere else. Right. So like my legs, they more on the track physique, and then my arms will stay the same, but then everything else gets big. So when I was wearing hoodies, I didn't like notice. So then when I tried to, I guess, go back into the dating scene and whatnot, and then I used to be bigger but undercover. So then there was one day, this is the I guess the revelation when you just like, maybe I should change things. I was trying to put on my sock, and I couldn't go past this. Mm-hmm. And I was like, are you like, what's going on? And like my stomach was in the way. Right. And I was like, I never noticed ever because of that. And I said, yo, something has to change. Like, what am I doing? I just felt like I was just on cruise control for like maybe like let's say it started like 2013. So I would say from 13 to maybe like 16, I was like, that was at that 2016. That's when I was like, you know, I'm gonna change. And I started going to gym with Joe, and then you start seeing the difference. I think I still have it on my Instagram of like videos of me like when I used to go to Planet Fitness and working out, and I was like, you could see the bigness, and then it started to like shrink. You know what I'm saying? But you would never know because I was wearing hoodies, and I didn't feel comfortable in my body. Now I feel like I used to have a problem taking off my shirt. I don't feel the same way anymore. Right. Not because I've been going to the gym. It's because my mindset has been a little different. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm more comfortable with my body because before I was in, what's the word? I was just too worried about what other people were thinking, which played a major part. Yeah. You know? So to the people who are listening, I just feel like sometimes you just have to look in the mirror and then just give yourself some mantras and just say like, I am enough. It's like I am proud of who I am today, and just leave it at that, because we end up saying like, oh, I'm proud of myself today, and then you just go into the negative. Right. Just leave it at a high with the positive and just walk away, and that's it. You know, that's one of the things that I want to kind of just bring up. Joe, you have any topics? Because I do have topics, but I could let the clip out more.
Let the clip.
What else we had to talk about? I think there was, because I don't know what's going on in the news, man. I like this. They talk about COVID being back and shit. Yeah. I was like, man, I like, unless that motherfucker's paying me again, like I don't really. Not that I don't care. This is important, but I just feel like, oh, there's a pandemic. Yeah, but what does that mean for us?
Yeah, I feel it's overblown.
I don't really. I don't know.
Someone dropped this. They said, talk about living in the moment, appreciating and enjoying the accomplishments we obtained thus far. I feel like we rushed the celebrations and quick to get back to the grind.
We rushed the celebration. Dude, I'm gonna bring up a line that Gary Vee said, which is kind of polar opposite to that, but we're gonna go back to that. He was mentioning that some people be celebrating and they don't got shit to celebrate for. Yeah. And when he said it, I didn't understand it, but then I got it, and I'm saying to myself like, you should be able to celebrate yourself, but celebrate yourself with reason. Because we're like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this for myself. Yeah. You don't always have to ask why you're buying it for yourself, but what did you do to earn it?
Yeah. You justify it.
Yeah, you justify certain things. So when you go out on vacation, you see people always, I'm out on vacation, blah, blah. But it's just like, so you could boast and whatnot, but it's like if you have a business and then you made a major deal, I feel like those have, or maybe you achieve the goal in the gym and then you could go celebrate. But I feel like there's a lot of people just celebrating just to celebrate. Right. And it kind of loses its pizzazz. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like if you finally got your license to be a pilot, you're gonna want to celebrate because it's a major milestone in your life. But But if you just celebrating just to celebrate, I don't think it has the same pizzazz.
Yeah, absolutely not.
You know, what do you think about that? Like in terms of just like having fun and partying, like that's the scene that we see.
Yeah, I mean, it gets tricky, you know. I feel like everybody wants to have fun, everybody wants to party, but I think there's always times and places for that. Especially if you live a certain lifestyle. Like I see a lot of people who come to the gym and they literally like they'll be walking into the gym with like a Wendy's cup, or like they'll be walking into the gym just finishing blowing out their vape. And it's like things like that to me is like you're ruining yourself to get into a place where you're supposed to be fixing yourself. And then you leave the gym and you hit the vape and you go get the fast food again. And it's like, you know,
it's that defeating the purpose.
It's
like
defeating the purpose.
It's counterproductive.
Yeah. and but they justify it because it's like, I went to the gym now. So it's like, okay, I could do it now. And like, I think a lot of people miss the whole point of it. Like fitness is, first of all, fitness, you can go to the gym every single day, and if you don't eat right, it's pointless. I've told people that all the time. Every time I get somebody who's like, yo, let's go train. It's like, bro, if you're going to come to the gym, you have to eat correctly, or else going to the gym is pointless. Because you're not going to see any improvement. On the contrary, you're going to feel like shit. Because now you're tired, your muscles hurt, and you're replenishing it with crappy food. Right. So it's going to be even worse than if you just didn't even go to the gym.
Just like, might as well just stay home.
Right. How have I been? Yeah, like for me.
Like you have really good discipline. I've noticed that, Sean. I don't know if I ever told you, but you have amazing discipline.
Yeah, bro. Like
Joe, you keep it up, you're gonna get a mic.
Yeah, you gotta get your mic, bro. Like for me, honestly, bro, the reason why I believe I have so much discipline in the kitchen is because I've went down into the rabbit hole of all the shit that they do to the food in this country. So like I used to be this person before I really started going to the gym and really started learning more about fitness and health and like how to actually eat good food. I used to be playing video games all day. I used to eat Doritos, Mountain Dew. I used to have the 2-liter bottle. Yo, the 2-liter Mountain Dew. Right. Okay, Code Red was my favorite. I used to kill the whole bottle in one night.
You know what's wild? You know how many chips you're supposed to fucking eat?
I have no idea.
When they give you that bag, that small bag, you're not supposed to eat the whole fucking thing, bro. You're supposed to. It tells you like at least like 5.
Hell no.
5 chips in the bag.
I mean the whole
per
thing.
serving. And you know what we do? Because we live in like Caribbean households, and you just like you're gonna eat anything in your plate. You're gonna eat. So a bag, you finish out the bag. So you're not gonna see someone eat. Oh, I had 5 chips. I'm gonna save this for later. No. So then you have a bottle of soda. And then you're drinking all of that, and then you're eating all the chips, especially a bag of chips, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
And then after the chips and the soda, I'm having dessert. I'm having donuts or cheesecake or cookies or whatever. And it's like you just kind of, like you said, like you live through life in this like autopilot mode where you don't even realize the shit that you're eating. And until it really, for me, it was COVID. Like COVID, when I was really sat there and we were in lockdowns and I had nothing else to do but like study. Like I was like video games, I play video games, but like I got bored and I just wanted information. I wanted to know more about like the shit that's going on because that was a scary time in everyone's lives. Right. And I was just doing research on all these things and like all of our processed foods and all the things that they put in these chemicals and all these seed oils and all these fried things and all this fast food and all of this crap. And I just had so much information just injected in my head.
It makes you just not want to eat sometimes. We're just like, I don't even know if I could go out.
Seriously. And now I go, like, for example, like, let's say I'll go to Walmart because I go to Walmart for like my ground beef because they have like three 1-pound things for like $20. It's super a good price. Right. I get 93% organic grass-fed ground beef, right? For $20. It's not bad. Now, $20, you can go to Chipotle and get a bowl, and that shit will cost you $18. I've seen it for that new chicken, the spicy the pineapple.
They got new pizza chicken. I mean, new chicken.
Yeah,
they got. Don't give me ideas.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's so delicious, but it's $18 for a bowl of food, and on top of that,
that's more than the pork. The what's the other one? You know, the
carne asada.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's more than that. Okay, and on top of the fact that it's $18 for that bowl of food, they skimp you. You don't know how many times I go to Chipotle.
They look at you and they say,
and they
you
look
know
at
what?
You. I gotta ask you for more. Okay, I'm Spanish, right? So I'll go to Chipotle and I have to talk Spanish with the girl for them to give me a proper portion.
Right.
Because I have a friend, right? And he would go to, and he's not Spanish. He don't speak no Spanish. He would go to the thing because I was curious. I was like, yo, what if I tell my man to go in there and ask him for the same shit I'm about to get?
Right.
But he's not Spanish. Right? He would go in there and he would get it and we would open the thing and it's not the same portion I got. I got way more. So it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be I have to be Spanish to get more food. I'm paying you damn near $20. I want food in my bowl.
Right. I was like, I didn't pay for the rice.
I didn't pay for the rice. And that's what they want to do. They want to give you hella rice, a little bit of beans with no juice, and then the chicken. And I was like, bro, all right?
This is the best fucking Yelp review for fucking
Forever,
Chipotle.
Right? Literally. Sponsor us, yo.
Sponsor us.
Free Chipotle, man.
Stop looking. Stop sizing us up and then giving us the portion. Just give us.
Stop skimping, yo.
Stop skimping on the meat, cause then they have the nerve to be like, oh, extra. I'm like, yo, my man's about to catch the hands over the counter.
And it's not like they can't afford it. Their stock price is at $2,000 a share. All right, so they're rich up there at Chipotle.
Yo, my man said, hold on, let me deep dive in.
Literally, I'm in that shit. So, all right, and now, if for example, if you are somebody, that's how they get you, because the average person doesn't have time to go to Walmart to freeze the meat, to take it out, to season it, to cook it up, and make all that shit. So,
I'm guilty. I would get food, and then I say, you know what, maybe I'll make this shit tomorrow. Yeah. And I just order something
and
on
you
DoorDash.
Order something and on DoorDash. On top of that, you're going to pay for the $18 for the food, plus the $5 delivery, and then you're going to get pressured into the
questionable service fee.
Seriously, questionable service fee plus the tip.
Right.
You spent $35.
Right.
On a food where I spent
$20.
And I have food for today, tomorrow, and the next day.
Right.
You feel me? But people don't think like that. And on top of that, it's fast food. Like Chipotle is like the only food that I'll eat in like juicy platters. But those are the only two things that I can eat. And even that is in moderation because it's not home cooked. I only cook my meals with avocado oil, 100% avocado oil.
Okay, where can you get that?
You could get it from Walmart, Costco, BJ's, Amazon even. But yeah, the avocado that I use is Chosen Foods, the brand. That's the brand, 100% avocado oil, because there are some brands who they say it's avocado oil, but it's avocado seed, mixed with canola oil or mixed with like olive oil, and they'll mix it up with other oil. It's not 100%.
Does it taste cleaner? Because I might want to switch.
So clean.
Okay.
And it's healthy for you.
Okay.
It doesn't clog your arteries like the canola oil, vegetable oil, all those seed oils. All the processing that goes through all those seed oils is literally poison. That's why when you go, you'll see it. Even if you go to Walmart, where shit is dirt cheap, you'll see the avocado, the avocado bottle that I buy is like a small little thing like this, okay? And it's $13 for like 10 ounces of avocado oil. All right, and you go and you see the vegetable oil, and it's $6 for a 2-gallon jug.
Wow.
What does that tell you?
Hey, man, keep on talking.
They're gonna have to take me out. For real. 10 shots to the back of the head is real suicide, yo.
Oh, my God.
But it's facts.
Oh, you have some yourself?
All right, so let's see.
That's how big the bottle?
I can already tell right now that's not 100% avocado oil because it says blend.
He said blend.
It says blend. If it says blend,
extra virgin olive oil.
There you go. There you go.
Damn, you throwing that out, that's it.
You got to get a different brand. Yeah, olive oil is good. It's just they do that to cut costs because avocados are expensive. You go to Chipotle and get a scoop of avocados, $4.
Absolutely. I'm like, you might as well just give me a meal with that.
Right. You might as well just go get your own damn avocados and you know what I'm saying, buy the thing without the avocados.
Right.
Because you save money. But that's what they do to save money. They put olive oil because it's cheaper.
They add the fluff.
Then yeah, right. They got to add the fluff because that's how these corporations cut corners. Right. But you don't know. Because how many people are going to read that?
No, you're absolutely right.
No one reads the fine print.
Oh, my God.
No, I do finance, bro. Right. Nobody reads the fine print. Right? So, but that's what they bank on. They bank on you not doing your homework. And, that's one thing. It's crazy, bro. It's so much shit.
So it's like when you go to the gym, well, here's the thing. Like everything is diet based, right? So people go to the gym like it's a playground. You go to the gym, you work out, you do your thing, you go home, and then you eat like shit, and then you go to the gym, and it's on repeat. Now, obviously, who's not gonna correct you is the gyms that you go to.
Yeah,
they just want you to.
They want your money.
I just want you to work out here. Get to work out.
As a matter of fact, I want you to keep going to Wendy's because you're gonna see no difference. You're gonna keep coming back.
Right. And I feel like they should have a balance of nutrition. I'm sure they even talk about that, but I feel like it should be kind of paired together. Like there's certain gyms that would have like a little bar area, like a shake area, like a protein shake, like Signature Fitness. They have like a whole like juice bar area, and like you could get food. And like I feel like that's also helping people also realize that food is a major part of like their diet, especially if you mix like avocado oil with your shakes or however it tastes, however you want to make it work for you. But like it is important. And you know, not to make this technically we haven't had a fitness type podcast in a minute,
right?
To be honest, we really, because I have all these therapy out of degree fitness shirts, and I was like, we haven't really like deep dive into the fitness.
Let's do it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? We should have like a little segment like that where we're just letting people know, because it is part of therapy. Because you don't want to.
The gym is therapeutic.
It is.
I go in there, and instead of beating somebody's ass, I beat those weights up.
Right.
I come out, I feel like a new man.
You know, it's fun. I actually utilized some of that anger because I had like anger issues, and when I was going to the gym, like I was feeling some type of way, like stress, anxiety, and then going to the gym, obviously releasing the endorphins. Like I was able to, I triggered like a memory. Like I thought about something, and then I started like lifting. Yeah. Because I don't always want that to be the main driving force between me lifting weights, but it does absolutely help in the sense of like getting through your reps and whatnot. And then after that, it's like kind of like penciling your thoughts, except you're just pushing weight. And I was able to like push more weight. I was like, you know what? I'm not even angry anymore. Yeah. I was like, I felt like I let all my anger out, and I feel a little better. And some people, they go to the gym and they just do that, and then they just, damn, I just got big just having angry thoughts.
Yeah, for real. For real, bro. And that's a big part of it. Like, not everything has to be, you know, a lot of us have different reasons why we go to the gym. Some of us do want to go there because we want to get better physically, but also mentally. Right. A lot of people do want to let out that anger, that stress, that, you know, depression, sadness, all that shit that you deal with, you let it out in the gym. Right. And that's why it's so important for people to not abuse steroids, to not abuse all these things, because that shit cuts your life short. And and there's people who, especially with body dysmorphia, like we coming back to that. Right, right. It's just all a cycle, because now it's like, oh, I'm doing these drugs, I'm not getting the results that I want, and it just leads you to depression and anxiety and anger and frustration and all these emotions that you were going to the gym to get rid of in the first place. Right. So you never got rid of them. Right. You just made them worse. And on top of that, now you spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on these drugs that are killing you.
And also, it's like you're going to the gym to work on your fitness, but then now you're going to start paying for those medical bills.
And they're going to roll in, bro. They're going to roll in sooner than later.
Right, because it's like, you're going to get that body you want now, but then, like, you better make not that you better make it. I'm not even trying to encourage that. Just, like, just know, like, the medical bills are coming right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever money you got now is going to dissipate later because of the medical bills. And people don't really correlate the two. Like, you know, if shit goes wrong, you're going to have to go to the hospital. Yeah. And hospitals ain't cheap. Yo, you know what I'm saying?
Cheap, bro, especially today.
Like, you go to the hospital just for a visit, it could be like $1,300 just gone.
Ambulance is $600 by itself just to get you there.
Just to get you there. People just take an Uber.
Get you there, yeah. You feel me? Gonna be down on the Uber,
right?
But you know, some people don't care. You know, some people they can hear that conversation and it goes one ear and out the other, and they're gonna do whatever they want. And to those people, you know, just think of the long-term consequences at the end of the day. Like, whether you care about it or not, some people don't know. Some people don't know that it's going to happen. They just hear that their friend got on it. They gained 30 pounds of muscle in 3 months. And it's like, holy shit, I want to do that. But
they see the attention.
That's what it
is.
They
see that they're getting deals. So, they're getting offers. Yeah. They're like, oh, look. I was like, I want that. And that's when I wanted to really kind of like tackle that. It's just like, yo, stop trying to like chase after not even just the clout, but like stop trying to look over to see if the grass is greener on the other side and focus on your own. You know what I'm saying? And someone had I think the quote was, I forgot who said it, but like it's always gonna be greener where you water it.
Yeah. and I think a big part of that problem is that our society as a whole are idolizing those people. So like there's these twins on TikTok that are called the Trend Twins.
The Trend
Twins. Trenbolone is the name of an anabolic steroid.
Wow,
right?
Wow.
So they are the biggest name, one of the biggest names in fitness, and their name is the Trend Twins. So what does that tell you? That tells you that almost everybody who follows them knows what they're doing and doesn't care. Right? They know that they're on anabolic steroids, and they still idolize these kids. I mean, there was a video on TikTok that like they came out, I think it was like this massive gym opening. I think they opened up their own gym or something, and they were coming out of a purple Lamborghini, right? The Urus. And there's a line around the block, and it's raining outside when this clip was taken, right? It's pouring outside, and these are a line around the block of all these teenagers just waiting to meet these Trend Twins. And I think that is part of the problem, where it's like it is almost put on a pedestal, these people who are at the top of the fitness industry who are using these drugs. And not to say, I don't follow their content like that, so I don't know if they're telling the people who view their shit, listen, I'm doing this, but I'm not telling you guys to do it or whatever.
Like a little disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. I'm sure they would do it, or else they would have got sued to oblivion.
Oh, of course, especially by parents.
Exactly, because their parents, 15, 16-year-old kids. I mean, you can't even drive, and you're going to blast and trend. That's ridiculous. Right. But these kids idolize them, and they grow up, and those are the kids you see in the gym with the tripods, and they're just screwing around the whole time. They don't even understand why they're in the gym. They're just doing it because they're seeing him do it. They're parroting other people's shit. Right. And I think that's part of the problem. I think we need more people in the fitness industry who are in the industry, not to make money and capitalize off of other people's ignorance. I think you need to have people in the fitness industry who want, not to say that you have to be a doctor to be in the fitness industry. You don't have to understand it, but I think that you should be in there and want the people who follow you to understand what fitness really is, what health really is, and how to work out correctly, how to move your body, body mechanics, how to eat correctly, what to eat. That's what fitness should be about.
Do you think, well, and I'm talking in a very utopic world. Yeah. Do you think it would be beneficial for like a gym to sit the person down, and before they can even like register to the gym, kind of really, it's like a psych eval?
I don't think that will ever happen. Let's say in a
perfect world,
right? Because in a perfect world, if that were to happen, it would be like great. Because it would be a questionnaire as to each person's wants and needs. Like, why do you want to come to the gym? What is it that you're looking to do? Because now, like, any gym hires these people, they come and go. They don't know what these trainers and they hire. They don't know what they're talking about half the time. They put you in. I've seen it. I'm not even a personal trainer, like, certified on the paper. Right. And I see the people who are supposed to be teaching you how to work out, and I'm like, what bullshit are you teaching them? What is this? First of all, you're going to get them hurt. You're not going to get them any results, and you're going to discourage them from coming back to the gym because of the shit you're teaching them. Right. So it's like, what is going on? And these are the big gyms, big corporate gyms that are hiring these people. And it's like, dude, you're not doing it because you care about somebody's fitness. You're doing it for money. Of course,
and if you and you remove the money, whatnot, they come to the gym. You go through this psych eval and why you want to be here, and I feel like it makes the culture much better because you know why you're here. And then when you walk around the gym, like, people are there not to BS. They know, like, all right, I'm here.
It's like-minded people, who have also went through the same thing as you, who also want the better for their bodies. They don't want to just shoot shit up to look the biggest and juiciest. Right. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with girls hit legs 4 times a week. Right. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, that's just the craziest part about the fitness industry. And I think that's what we need to attack it as a whole and let people know, especially the younger generation, because that's the future of fitness. You feel me? All these kids are gonna grow up watching the Trend Twins, and they're gonna do the same shit.
Right.
And it's like, what if in 10, 15 years, God forbid, I don't wish bad on anybody, but what if something happens to those kids? Now all the kids, it takes that long for you to wake up and say, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe I shouldn't have been messing around with those things. Like, but I feel like also the parents and whoever is like mentoring or the guardian should be able to say something, because in their eyes, obviously they're not going to know if their kids are doing that. They say, hey, you're not going to be doing that. Like, yeah, okay, I'm not doing that. They just see their kids going to the gym. Okay, as long as he's active and not in the streets.
Right.
He's in the gym.
That's the excuse. That's it. That's the way that the parents are to take the hands-off approach of these kids. And let me tell you something. I used to work at a gym, and I used to see parents all the time drop their kids off and go do something else and just leave their 15, 16. First of all, we would kick them out. We was like, listen, you guys can't be in here, because they would come in and they would start trouble. They're recording people that are working out and laughing at them. They're starting fights. They're opening the emergency door and setting off the alarm. Just stupid kid shit.
Right.
And it's like, parents also should not use the gym. It's not a social,
like a daycare.
Yeah, it's not a daycare. You don't pay $50 a month to let your kid run around like a wild child in there. There are grown men in there who are trying to work out and improve themselves. Right. And
grown men and women out here working their ass off. And then you got your kids out here acting a damn fool.
A fool. Recording them. And there's a lot of videos on Instagram and TikTok of them getting in fights with grown men. And it's like, where's your parents? Where's your father? Tell your father to come in here. And, a lot of kids don't have a father figure. It's their mother that's just dropping them off and, whatever it is. So it's like,
as long as they're not in the streets. And I feel like, because if, you deep dive, it's like, yeah, it's convenient. And then, some gyms have like daycares, but not for like 15-year-olds.
16, 17.
But like, they don't have a outlet. Like, say if the Boys and Girls Club or the YMCA had like a gym, maybe you could drop them off there and then have them being supervised. That'd be a better alternative than dropping your kids off at the gym, because you might have the YMCA or the Boys and Girls Club. They might not have the best equipment, for like the stuff that if you want, especially if your kid is a football player or like an athlete in like baseball, whatever it is, you want them to use the best equipments that adults are using.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you might not find that in a YMCA or a Boys and Girls Club. Right. So you kind of like, at this point, you're like, I'm just going to give my kids the best what they need. They're going to go to the gym. Don't act up. They call me. That's your ass. And then that's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we have all these processes that we have to kind of work with, but there's no voice of like, there's no representative for the gym population. We have that voice for like society. Mm-hmm. Hey guys, you're not supposed to do this. We have police to make sure that each town acts accordingly and whatnot. But we don't have like fitness police. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fitness etiquette. Yeah.
We don't have the fitness etiquette, because it seemed like back in the day it was more respected because you knew what you were there for. Right. Now it's like
it's a social club.
It's a social club. Hey,
it's the kids in there recording videos and doing all that shit. And
depends on what gym you go to, because I don't know how the culture is in the Equinox. Right. But I'm pretty sure if you go to the Equinox, you're there to work.
Of course. Well, that's another thing. The higher tier gym you go, the more expensive it is, the less you see that shit. You know
right.
You're going to see a lot of that at Planet Fitness, but you go to Lifetime, you won't see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go to Equinox, you won't see it. So it depends.
I was having this conversation before, and I was saying, like, if you're Walmart and Target.
Oh my God.
Target, I should
say.
say.
Sun and the moon, but it's the difference between those places.
You know how to walk into a Target, and you know how to walk into a Walmart. Like, there's different personas and whatnot. Yeah. And I feel like there's certain gyms that give off that Walmart energy, and then there's certain gyms that give off the Target energy.
100%.
You know, and that's the difference that it's not said, but that's what it really is.
That's the culture. Everything is culture. You feel me? The gym is culture. Society is culture. Food is culture.
Right.
Cars are culture. Everything in life is culture. So it's like you just gotta know how to maneuver your way around that. And that's why like-minded individuals, if I'm somebody who's serious about my workouts and I want to do better for myself, maybe I won't set up to Planet Fitness. Maybe I'll go to Lifetime, or maybe I'll go to Powerhouse or something like that, where there's actual people there who honestly I could learn from too. Because it's like, I could watch all the videos I want, but when I go in there and I practice it, I want somebody who knows more than me and is bigger than me to teach me or to show me how to do these things correctly.
Do you think that maybe it'd be beneficial for society to have, well, not society, more so like gyms to have a mentorship program that is free, and it's also meant to manage the mental health within the gym space?
Yeah, I think that would be I think the gym that implements that would definitely have an edge. Definitely have an edge, because no gym offers that. No gym offers that.
Because there might be times where you might be brolic. Like we're talking like maybe you're like half the rock, like in terms of like physique, and you're at the gym, but you don't know when to stop. You know what I'm saying? You might be there for X. I feel like you need to be able to talk to somebody and be like, hey man, let's have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? But even that's why I said the psych eval is definitely important before you even before you even touch the weight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it just helps with the longevity. You're working physically, but you also got to work mentally too.
100%.
Because you're just going to just aimlessly, like, yeah, I'm taking your money, but like at the end of the day, moral ethics is very important. And I feel like any gym that takes effort to help people in the mental space is going to be more rewarding to the patrons that go there. Absolutely. Than just like, I'm just taking money. Because you could tell when gyms or places just like, I just want your money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like maybe they should just have like they what do they call those people? Like they just plug in instead of a trainer that tries to hassle you to fucking pay $600, $1,200 a week. Yeah, it's just like, hey, to have someone just help you out, just a random support person that helps you out with your way. Hey man, you need a spotter, and then they just talk to you.
And I bet you they'd make a lot of money. A lot of money.
You're fucking dropping gems.
A lot of money.
I'm just saying. Walmart gym, Walmart and a gym. Yeah. If Walmart had a gym,
you'd see a bunch of ridiculous things.
That would be insane. But what time we got? 51. All right.
That time flew.
All right. So what do you want to talk about, Javi?
That's it. I mean, really just drive that nail across and say, drugs, don't do drugs. Stick to your fitness routine, create a plan for yourself, look up what foods to eat, what foods not to eat, look up the nitrogen levels in your food, know what oils to stay away from fast food, don't smoke. Drink occasionally if you want to. If you're old enough to understand, the pros and cons, because everyone likes to go out and have fun.
Right.
I'm not gonna say you're gonna go to the gym and not gonna have alcohol. We're older now.
Right.
But do everything in moderation. I mean, don't abuse things and just have fun. I mean, fitness is the most interesting thing ever to me. Like, the intricacies of the human body and how it could grow and all the things that make it up is just amazing to me. And I feel like a lot of that is wasted. And especially like even with girls, like all these girls are rushing to get all these surgeries done to their bodies. And I think like that shit ruins them. Like just me personally, I love a natural woman. Like I like a woman who, because that to me, that tells me something about you. If
you put in effort.
You put in effort.
No, like
you're not
trying to cheat.
Yeah, you don't go pay $20,000 to go get your body done, and it's like, that's cool if that's what you like, but that's not what I like. I like somebody who cherishes their body, because your body is your temple.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you're putting something foreign in your body, and now you have scars because of it. And it's just something that you ruin your body, really, in my opinion.
And as a disclaimer for the social media space, for anyone who gets any body work done due to perhaps an accident, we're not addressing that audience or that community. We're talking about people who have a comfortable body within themselves, and they're like, hey, I'm cool with it, but I want to modify it to fit social media trends. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. If you're trying to fit your body with social media, that's who we're addressing this. But if it's not that, then by all means,
different story.
Totally different. We get it. We understand.
Yeah. Cosmetic is one thing, but yeah, that's really it. I mean, love your body. Your body is your temple. So
Sweet. And since we're about to wrap, is there anything that you want to shout out personally this week?
Shout out personally. I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, my birthday just passed.
Oh yeah, man! Happy birthday to Javi.
Thank you, bro. I'm 25 now, so it's definitely another year of life.
That's sweet. I keep thinking that you're way older, but I know you're young. You're young with an old soul.
I feel old, man. These couple of years have been rough, but we're getting through it, and each day is a blessing, and I'm looking forward to the future. So
perfect. Me, what I'm gonna, I guess, for my shout out this week, I've been watching a couple of movies. Let's see what movie I want to shout out. Damn. This is every time it's always different.
Do you see the new Expendables?
No, I heard it was. I'm gonna see it regardless, but I heard it wasn't good. But I'm gonna watch it regardless.
It was.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm gonna watch it regardless. But I'm here for the action. Yeah, I'm not here for the story.
It was definitely gory.
Oh, I can't wait. Me, I'm gonna shout out Libalula Beauty. Megan, she does a great job, and she's been doing a great work. She actually is connecting with a couple of boutique shops and getting her products out there, and it's just taking off slowly but surely. But I'm just proud of her for never giving up on herself, and me being having the ability to help her out on that journey, and then the second shout out, I'm going to shout out myself for going as far as continuing my fitness journey and working hard on my business career and being able to be more social than I was prior. So I'm giving myself a shout out. I'm just proud of myself for pushing on every day.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And that's what we're gonna conclude today. We are gonna see you next week. We're gonna have some dope content. I have some great news to share with you when we come back. And I'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace.